that. And you know what? I love the fact that you brought that up because, you know, I just got back. I was in Southeast Asia. I was in Myanmar, which is the old Burma. I mean, I travel the world for rare exotics. It's very hard in today's world to find good value on fine quality gemstones that are totally natural.
Isn't that true? It is so true.
Very
by the way.
hard.
Okay, next up, Bob brings us the most beautiful aquamarine, period. I mean, your aquamarine is so stunning.
Thank you.
So gorgeous.
I love
and look
aqua.
at this, looks like a wedding ring. I mean, this looks like, look at that. This looks like a ring that you inherited from your grandmother, your great-great-grandmother. It's so beautiful, and that is all genuine, natural, beautiful aquamarine paired with white zircon, holiday price for brand new, holiday price for $389.90. Would you look at the color and the breathtaking beauty of that gorgeous aquamarine?
Totally natural, fine quality Brazilian aquamarine.
Wow.
Very hard to find. Just cut it to a cushion cut. But it's just the whole look of owning really beautiful quality aqua in one of our mountains because it belongs with a Generations 1912 piece. It was widely used by the designers at that time. But it's such a clean, elegant, beautiful quality on this. And the ring is very wearable. Perfect the way you said that. It's perfect as an engagement ring. Very clean lines on here, but very much a classic deco.
By the way, every piece will have the Generations 1912 in, look at that, in the under gallery. You will see it. Can you see it in there? It's there. The Generation, the 1912, you know you are getting the genuine article when you order one of these beautiful pieces of jewelry. These are tomorrow's antiques. These are true collector's items, and the fact that they're all made in America, lifetime warranty, absolutely gorgeous. By the way, you can spread this out over 12 months if you'd like to, if you have an HSN credit card, so you can make your payments over 12 months. Otherwise, we have 5 flex payments, $32 with the HSN card. Otherwise, we have the flex payments available. It's $77.98. We have about 6 dozen of these available, and that's it. That's all the stones you have.
I will not bring this one. That's it. I only had this limited amount. These are really beautiful quality aqua. It's nice. There's a lot of aqua out there that's washed out. Not really. This is really the fine quality color that you want to own an aquamarine. And if you've never really owned a beautiful aqua, there's something so pleasing and elegant and classy about aquamarine. And I think that particular design also just goes so beautifully well with this stone. It's matched to the stone. It's an easy ring to wear every day, but it has a class and a sophistication that just is really what we want to do in Generations 1912. So do you call this,
is that a radiant cut or is it an oval in there?
The
way it's set, it looks like a radiant to me.
It's an actual cushion cut.
Okay.
So it's a rare cut, but so the cutting is it has radiant cut features to it because it's cut into a cushion cut.
Right.
So that makes it unusual and rare. But yeah, there's a beautiful amount of flash and life and brilliance to this, which is just fabulous. And there's tons of beautiful white zircon. And you know, white zircon are a beautiful stone within themselves. The oldest gemstone on earth are zircons.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing?
Isn't it really? People say, oh, it looks like diamond. Whoa, whoa, it's zircon.
Right. People confuse it with cubic zirconia. It's the exact, it's the antithesis of that.
Do you know when they made?
Oh, the bracelet sold out.
Oh, enjoy that. Thank you. When they created cubic zirconium, they didn't copy diamonds. They copied the refraction of zircon.
Right.
Isn't that amazing?
That's why people get confused. But so you have the zircon looks like diamonds. The aquamarine is absolutely amazing. You can see the quality, the cushion cut, beautifully set. This is so classy and elegant. You will love it. And the blue is blue. This is not, you know, it's the perfect, that aqua blue color that you look for in aquamarine.
We used to say you don't have to use your blue imagination here.
Exactly. And there's a nice shot of the 1912 in the under gallery. Again, these are these pieces. When you think about it, your ring, the same exact molds that were used back in the 20s and 30s. So that's what is so unusual about this. When we say, well, it looks like, this is the identical, right? The identical molds.
Exactly.
That's why you get to own a real, true heirloom, right? Because it's made from these heirloom molds.
And remember, it's the same company that is taking the original designs by my grandfather and then recreating by hand in America all of the pieces with the same company. So I mean, it's not like it's been outsourced or it's all ours.
Right.
So there's a love and a caring that goes into every single piece. Even the way our mill grain is done, our hand engraving is done. Eventually, I do have to get an engraver down here so people realize how extensive and how incredible it is to do engraving in jewelry.
These are hand engraved. All of that detail you see, that is completely done by hand in America by American master jewelers. I mean, that's right.
Exactly correct.
That is the most unusual and exciting thing.